oh boy, I have not seen a single positive review of this movie on the internet. I used to fall for this, I used to eat this content up with a spoon and revel in dunking in movies I hadn't even given a chance. I wanted to break free of the habit and not let the internet talk me into preemptively disliking a movie that I found interesting by the trailer, so I went to see Supergirl. It looked like an overpowered version of Guardians of the Galaxy, and despite what the world was saying about it, I was personally interested. It is true that there are things about this movie that seriously worked against its case, which we'll get into in a minute because I don't do no spoiler reviews, sorry chat. However, there was a lot about this movie that did work, and that did deserve more credit than this endless barricade of videos saying that it's going to kill the DCEU, which, to be fair, is a fate I can't stop with one video, but it's one of my many passions in life to defend movies that can't defend themselves, so here I go to dig it out from under the dog pile and say something positive about it. So first of all, let's start with those negatives. Ruthie, yes, she did not need to be here, contributed almost nothing to the movie, and wasn't written to have an easily endearing personality. As a writer, I know why she was written into the movie. It's the same reason why Envy in Inside Out 2 was a character, even though she didn't do much. The protagonist, or antagonist, needs someone to talk to, or else you have a movie starring a crazy person who talks to themselves the entire time. Could they have slotted in a more interesting character than Ruthie to fill that void? Absolutely. But she wasn't that bad at the end of the day, though I do completely understand if you found her unwatchable. I haven't seen the James Gunn Superman. I was thinking about it, but I just never got around to it. Now I'm feeling extra glad that I forgot to watch it because I really don't like Superman in this movie. Maybe he's better as a main character, but from what I've seen of him, I found this version of Superman stiff and kind of lame. Oh, and I almost forgot. Having Supergirl be saved from death because the green sun happens to set and the yellow sun happens to rise is a bit contrived. I did a mental eye roll at that, but it serves its purpose, so I'll forgive it. And that's pretty much it. I'm ready to transition into positives now. Kara Zor-El is, and don't kill me please, she's an amazing Supergirl. Maybe y'all are tired of the anti-hero trope by now, but it makes perfect sense to write her this way as a foil to Clark Kent's squeaky clean goodness. Two cousins of the same powers, but two entirely different attitudes. At first, it makes no sense why someone with Kara's attitude would be going out of her way to help people like Ruthie. It was a legitimate confusion point of mine at first, but when you get into her backstory, it makes more sense.
Her mother tells her on her deathbed, "You don't have to be nice, but make sure to be good and protect those who can't protect themselves."
That's when it all clicked and her character made perfect sense. And by the way, to everyone who is making fun of her looks because they only like women caked in makeup with their chests hanging out, stop it. Get some help. Millie Alcock is very pretty, and maybe she's not every guy's type, that's to be expected, but mocking someone's looks on the internet is a low blow, and I don't know when we, as a society, decided that was okay. The beginning perfectly sets up the connection Kara has with Krypto, and it makes it absolutely devastating to see this little guy fighting for his life. The concept of the different suns giving and taking away Kara's powers is quite cool and keeps her from being overpowered until she needs to be. It's more of a challenge than you'd think to write a character with cosmic, unstoppable abilities. You can't have your main character blowing through walls of steel every 5 seconds and decimating every opposition with as little effort as shooing a bug away, because that would give us no reason to invest in the story. Sure, it may look cool for a main character to incinerate every mook that comes their way without breaking a sweat, but that kind of writing puts up a wall between us and the main character. It's their struggles, their failures, and overcoming real challenges that endear us to a character, which is why everyone loves Luke Skywalker and no one cares if Rey lives or dies. Spending the first third of the movie under the red sun and having the climax start under a green one keeps the balance in check. Kara is still kicking butt, but it's more of a struggle when she doesn't have her powers, so even though we know she's going to win, we're still invested in the fight and get excited when Kara finishes victorious. And did you know Jason Momoa was in this movie, or did I just, miss it the entire time? For some reason, I did not know in the entire marketing cycle and got super excited to see his name in the opening credits. Yes! Jason Momoa is in this movie! His character was fun! My only wish is that we could have seen his character and Supergirl have more conversations. It's so James Gunn-esque to include a character who has no idea what's going on, does not care to find out, but ends up accidentally helping anyway because he has some stupid goal of his own he's trying to achieve. Did I mention I actually really liked this movie? What really got me at the end was when they kill the main bad guy. Supergirl convinces Ruthie to not take her own revenge because she doesn't want her soul to be marred by having that on her conscience. However, when Ruthie walks away, Kara takes a sword she left behind and stabs him twice, once for her dog and once for what he did to Ruthie and her family, because she knows she's too far gone, and this monster deserves to die for everything he did. Brilliant! If this was a 2010s movie, Supergirl would have said, "We can't kill him or we'll be no better than him," while his massacred army lies dead at her feet and no nuance will be spoken on the subject. Nowadays, I think people understand a bit more that sometimes it's better for a movie villain to suffer death as punishment for their actions and to protect the innocents that could be hurt in the future if this unrepentant villain ever escapes. Ruthie did not have to be the one to take the revenge, because her heart is still pure, and Kara, who no longer has her innocence, is willing to do it for her. My one request is, if you're a YouTuber who liked this movie, make your own video on it. I'll be doing many more in defense of videos for movies that don't get a lot of love. I wasn't expecting my first one to be Supergirl, but hey, I'm really glad it was.